Hi, this is the Freezin Season Truck Ornament Pop-Out tutorial. I've already got it base painted, so I'm just going to be showing you how to put it together, but you can see this one's fairly straightforward about how it's painted. If you wanted to change the colors out, you could do that. You don't have to do the colors, but these were the one provided. I did want to show you on this one. You'll notice that if you painted, you may have gotten this kind of fuzzy look to it. This is just the raising of the grain on the wood that is used on these ornaments. You can just do a little bit of a light sanding on that. You can do it in between the layers, but even if I do it now with a really light hand, it won't really take the paint off. It just kind of takes that fuzziness off. You see how that disappeared? So if you don't really like that fuzzy look, that's what that's from, and you can just do a little bit of sanding. It kind of works better if you do it in between the coats when you're painting. If you have to do 2 coats, you can do it in between. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting this together real quick. The Freezin Season bumper, or this is the tailgate actually, that goes right here. Okay, and I wanted to show you too, you might have had your letters break when you popped them out. These are very intricate details on these tiny little trucks. So a lot of times the little pieces break off. It's pretty simple to correct that without being able to see it too much. So let me show you. Okay, mine broke on the season, so I'm gonna do the freezing part first. When I'm doing these little parts, I usually just put a little bit of glue, like on a paper towel or a plate or something, and then you can lay that down on there, and then that can get just a little bit of glue. When there's not much surface area, it's hard to find a place to put the glue sometimes. All right, so that part did not break. That one went on fine. But season broke on me. So you see that it broke into 2 places right here. But if I do this and just kind of slide it back together, you can't really see where it broke anymore. So we're going to put this in 2 different pieces. We'll put season on first. So I get upset too when the pieces break. It's just hard not to. Okay, so just as well as you can, put the pieces together wherever it broke. And it's probably going to break where it was connected to the wood. Okay, and if you put it together tightly, I can't even see it. I'm not even going to have to do any touch up. But if you can see the line where it actually broke, you can just take a little bit of your detail brush of your paint and put a little paint over the top, and you really won't be able to see it. So that's all that one gets on there. I'm going to go ahead and do the rear view mirrors. Those are these little tiny gray pieces. And then I'm just going to put a little drop of glue in each of these spaces and put in these tail lights. Sometimes little tiny pieces, it's easier to grab a pair of tweezers. Right. The bumper. Okay, so the piece that's longer, if you can see that goes on the bottom, and it won't, if you try to do it backwards, it won't line up here, so you'll be able to see you're doing it right. But you just line up all those pieces on that bottom there, those little pieces poking out, and then you can put your license tag right here. Okay, I'll show you your piece. This next piece will just be one piece. Mine cut as on the score lines on accident. So yours will look like this. So you're just going to glue that one piece right across here where this little piece sticks out on the truck. And then this little piece that is scored on yours is the bottom of this wood railing. So you're only going to need to put glue on the bottom half. And then line that scoring up right there. And it's actually going to make a little lip there that the ornamentation part that we did, the snowflakes, are going to slide up under there. Okay. This one's pretty simple. A lot of them have a whole bunch of detail to these ornaments. This is very simple. So, I've got something, a piece sticking out right there. I'm going to get that out of there. Okay, so if you go ahead and give that a try, it kind of just slides down in there, and you really don't have to glue it. It'll stay put. But just to be absolutely sure, if you want to do some glue, just put a little bit of glue right here along the very, very bottom. That's going to go down behind there. And then make sure it's centered. And slide that in again. And that'll stay put. All right, and that's it for this one. Then I like to put a little bit of detail. I use a little stylus tool. You could use a toothpick or the end of your paintbrush, but I just put some little dots. I just think they look cute to do some little, whoops, this paint's getting a little dry right there. Put some little dots right here. Dot, dot, dot. Oh, my word, the paint isn't, it looks like it's on there, but it's not. Same down here. Okay, then I do a little swirl. Get your detail brush up here on the top. I just do, I'm gonna need to wet that because it's so thick. Get some water on my brush. And then just up here, just start at the top and just kind of push and go around this corner real slowly. And as your paintbrush starts to run out of paint, just kind of lift it. And it kind of does a little swirl like that. Just provides a little detail on that corner. And then I put 3 more dots there at the end of the swirl. Okay, you can add that or not. It's completely up to you. It's not a big deal if you don't. All right, and I'm just going to take my heat gun real quick. Let me glue that, and then I'll show you how to put the bow and the bead up on top. Boiling up that paint. Okay, so take your twine that came in your kit. You're going to fold it in half, bring the 2 ends together, and then the other end, the folded end, you're going to put that through the hole at the top, front to back. And then the ends go back through that circle that you created so that you wind up making a little loop right here that you put your fingers through. You can then put the bow there. And then pull the twine tight. Okay, then add the bead to the top. You may need to trim. Got some extra wood in there. You may need to trim the twine on an angle, just depending on the twine. Some places is real thick and some places is thinner. If you trim it on an angle like that, it usually will go through pretty easily. This bead has like some extra wood down in the middle. So you may need to, if yours is like that, you might need to get that out. The twine won't go through with that in there. All right, I'm gonna have to trim it again. An example is sometimes the beads do not want to go, or the twine does not want to go through. All right, I think it's gonna go through this time. One is going through. Okay. And slide that down as close as tight as you can to the bow, and then you're going to tie a knot that's going to hold all that in place. And just try to slide the knot where it'll be tight against the top of that bead. Then I do 3 fingers and tie another knot. And then you can trim off the top of that excess. And then there you go, the Freezin Season truck ornament. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed putting that together.